Welcome to February and the sun in Aquarius. So we've got through that tricky January where we had to rethink, and I've been asking you to be open-minded, think outside the box, and just make lists of what you need to work on, what seeds you need to sow. So now with Aquarius, Aquarius is invention, big thinking, big minds. What are you inventing this year? Are you even reinventing yourself? Why not? If you have big ideas, this is the month to really make sure those seeds are big and fat and well planted. Aquarius is also about friendship. So if you've been having a tricky time with a friend, this is the month to get it resolved. Either accept you're going to be going in different directions, wishing each other well, gently just letting go of someone so you see them less and less, or for goodness sake, if you're not speaking because of something silly or wasn't meant to be, do make up, reach out to them, see what you can do. Just see if you can help put this right. The other person isn't willing, you can't do anything about it. It's also a good time to resolve issues with a family member or a work colleague. You're being encouraged to do that. You should find that the pathway is quite smooth. You'll find a window there to get through and get everything resolved. Hopefully satisfactory. And then, of course, on the 8th, we've got the new moon, and I'll be posting about that because it's also in Aquarius. So it's a really wonderful day to celebrate friendship. But how about top priority, celebrating the friendship of yourself with yourself? I know that sounds slightly corny, but it's true. We don't put ourselves first often enough. And if we don't, when we're helping others and looking after others, inside we resent it and our energy doesn't flow healthily and nobody wins. So take this time, February's a good time to do it, to really think about how you can nurture yourself that little bit more, or anything you can factor into your day-to-day life or your weekly life that is a real gift to yourself, even if it's just of time to contemplate. Sounds good to me. And then, of course, we've got Mercury direct all month. Mercury's been retrograde and it's been a nightmare. Think back to last month. What were the sudden surprises that you were not enjoying or looking forward to? How did you resolve them? How did you deal with them? That's more important. That is the success. Mercury doesn't make things go wrong, but where they are wrong, it brings it to the surface and makes us revisit and analyze what it's all about. Also remember last month we talked about Jupiter being in Virgo retrograde. Well, it's still there all month. So let me remind you, Jupiter's about expansion, hope, fulfillment. Is it your career, your health, your work, your love life? Who knows? It doesn't matter. It's what's important to you. But Virgo is all intense, tight, analytical, getting to the bottom of something, analysing. So they're slightly in conflict there, aren't they? But what it does mean in a constructive way is if you've got big plans, you may just need to rein them in or put them on the pause button for a little while the weather forecast is more favourable, until the weather forecast is more favourable. Or you might just need to look at the detail and you're going to have a eureka moment, you know, that missing link that you were needing before you can expand further and maybe go to people with your idea. That could be going to someone that you're attracted to as well, or big plans about moving or expanding your family. It could be anything at all. Now, just be careful, because it also can be about hedonism. We all like a little bit of hedonism and a bit of letting go, but it's the aftermath, isn't it? It's the follow-up. So do be careful that you don't overindulge, you don't drink and drive, that you're not in a dangerous position if you lose a bit of control. You have to be careful. Or it could be just about getting too materialistic, chasing the money rather than the vision. So keep chasing your vision and the money will come. You have to believe that. Remember the seeds we sowed in January. And by the 19th, the sun moves into Pisces, so it becomes softer, slower, watery, emotional, imagination, vision. It's like being in a movie. What movie do you want to be in? Start writing the script. Leave room for a little bit of improvisation. And all the planets are direct, so there's a lot of group energy working behind the scenes, saving the planet, bringing peace, nurturing all the smaller factions that are vulnerable. So you could be a part of one of those groups, and it is looking very well aspected indeed. And then, of course, we have the full moon on the 22nd, again in Virgo, and I'll be talking about that on the 22nd in a post. So it is really coming to a head. The new moon was 6 months ago in Virgo. So now think back to what you were starting 6 months ago. Have you finished it? Have you completed it? This is the time to really make sure you're bringing something to a head so you can start afresh as we move into March. So get that sorted out. Any final detail in any area of your life is to be dealt with now on the 22nd. So do it.